Hello, everybody, and welcome to Choice Change in Action. Action, easy for me to say. Action podcast. Woo! You're with your host, Simone Milasas, and today we have something a little different. It's an excerpt from my class that I currently have. It's a business done different class, but we nicknamed it what was it, building your business done different, because most people are not actually willing to take the action. It's easy for me to say action, apparently, but are you willing to take the action in to create your business? So I just started this class. It goes, I think, over about 6 or 7 weeks. It's like every 7 to 10 days. We've done one class. So guess what? You can still register for this class if you like. There is literally no prerequisites. And for me, this is so much about, like, I guess, nurturing and choosing your business. Like, what if it's not as hard as what you think it has to be? What if it's not as difficult as you think it has to be? I'll give you, we're in Cascais, Portugal at the moment. And we're doing CF training, certified facilitator training with access consciousness. And it's so good. We're on day 3. And hence, this podcast is super late. But can I just say, is it late? I always love Lord of the Rings, where they say to the wizard, "You're late." And he says, "A wizard is never late. Here, a wizard arrives when he's meant to arrive." The podcast arrives when it's meant to arrive. And I do want to say a big shout out to all of my amazing crew that work on the podcast. They just get this out there and they keep going and keep going. And I'm super grateful for that. I'm also really grateful for all of you guys who listen to it and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe to YouTube as well. We've got the YouTube channel, and there's so much more on there than just the podcast. There's some really cool stuff to listen to if you can't sleep at night. You can listen to some energy pulls on money, business, etc. Because what if this was way easier than what you've been making it? So many people look at business and they have a point of view. Immediately the word comes out, and I don't care what language it's in. It's like business equals work, work equals this. What if none of it had to equal anything? What if it was about the possibilities that you can choose and you can be in the world? So here's a question that you can ask also for your businesses, projects, whatever it is that you are currently working on, taking action on. What can I be or do to exponentialize this business, this project with total ease? Okay, so what can I be or do today to exponentialize this business with total ease? And everything that is times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, all 100, shorts, boys, provids, creations, bases, and beyonds. Again, that's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. You can find out more about it at theclearingstatement.com. But if you ask this question, the way this works is, how many of you are trying to figure out and conclude and find an answer for what next, rather than be in question of what next? So it could be anything. It could be, I don't know, maybe you're like me and you travel around the world and you do different things. So you're like, where should I go next? Like, where in the world is asking for a class? Where can I go that is a balancing of the earth? Where can I go that would be a contribution to the planet? Some of the questions I would ask. Interesting enough, Bahrain keeps pinging for me at the moment. So what I've done is I reached out to a few different people and said, "Hey, what do you get?" And you immediately sort of get this download of this yes, no. And I call that it's sort of like this yes, no universe. It's like, okay, so truth, should I go? And I get yes. Okay, so when should I go? What class? And you keep being in question. But if you are trying to work it out and trying to conclude and find an answer, that is all you'll ever have, which is so much more finite and small than what you could be choosing. Okay, so if you are nurturing and actually choosing your business, totally different possibility can show up. So again, whatever it is that you are currently, have an idea of, and when I say business, it could be a project, it could be, your current job, anything, and ask, what can I be or do today to exponentialize this business, to exponentialize the sales, to exponentialize the clients, like whatever it is. Now, you're asking, what can I be or do today to exponentialize it? This is not about finding an answer, like I just said. Now go live. live. Okay, so right now, what would you like to choose? Maybe you want to take your body outside and go for a walk or a run, or, I've been researching boats that I can take out on the Atlantic Ocean and see if I can find some dolphins or some orcas, because I'm here in Cascais, Portugal, and hey, we're on the Atlantic Ocean. Why not? That's not about work. That's about living. Are you choosing to live, or are you just having a life? Your business can contribute to you living. Okay. Will you allow that? Will you allow that? So this is an excerpt from my current class, Business Done Different. There are many Joy business facilitators all over the world that facilitate this, and we nicknamed this one Building a Business Done Different. So lots of tools, lots of action, and I call it home play, because it's not really homework, it's home play. Like, you take some action, you choose, you know when to pivot, you know when to choose something different. It's like, try something different, maybe be uncomfortable with your choices. There's so much more that can show up than what you're currently choosing. Is that at all real to you? Okay, if it is, enjoy this podcast, maybe sign up for the class, all of that and more. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this. Write a review, all of that and more. And just thank you. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Enjoy. So, welcome to Business Done Different. So this is going to be a class that is over, I don't know, I think it's six classes that we do, and it's every 7 to 10 days. So I wanted to see how this would go as well. I mean, it fitted into my schedule pretty well. B, it's interesting to do a class like this, like I think on anything really, business, money, relationships, all of it and more, and give it that space to integrate the tools that we talk about and maybe some home play, but also for you, what would it take for you to make the demand of yourself today and the request of the universe that you really tap into? What is it that you would like as a business? Like, what is it you would like to create with business? What is it you would like to build as a business? And we nicknamed this Building a Business Done Different, because I was talking to Graham at one point, and we were mentioning how a lot of people want to have a business, they want to start a business, they do start a business, and yet they're not actually willing to build it. You have to put the work in, and you have to actually, build the business. So you have to take some action. I mean, even just now, I got off this podcast. It was interesting. It's this woman called the kink expert. So, which kink is an interesting topic, because so many people go, kink, oh, wow, that's bondage and chains and being tied up and leather, and kink is so many different things. And we had such amazing conversations about the tools of access consciousness and creationship and basically relationships done different. She was just like, oh my God, she's like, this is brilliant. And it was so cool to see her and the way she is with what we are delivering. Guys, we have these tools with Access Consciousness that are absolute gold. You would have received your manual as well. Amanda printed mine out for me, which I'm very grateful for, because I'm so old school. I like to actually, be able to touch something and feel something and write notes in it, or, write something in there. So we will go through a lot of the manual if you guys choose. There is, what I would like is that you actually look at the manual when we're not in class, so that if there's any topic in there that you would love to talk about, you're curious about, you are avoiding, please bring it up. There's no stupid questions, okay? So I'd like to be able to go through anything that you guys think you're struggling with, because what if there was no struggle? So yeah, Miss Lydia.
Yeah, exactly. I have a question about building business. There is saying, it's like, it's not difficult to go to the top. It's difficult to stay at the top.
Yeah.
So I would say something similar was with my access business, Like, it happened to me so quickly that I didn't even have time, to be with it. And I was really very happy. The flow was very fast. And now I guess it's a place not maintaining, but probably like exactly building the business,
Do you have to translate?
growing the business. No, I don't. We have
Oh,
a second translator.
I'm so used to talking to you, Lydia, and you going, and I have to translate. So okay, good. That's good. Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess so. Let's give some home play, and the home play. I mean, we have home play in this manual, but the home play here is for this class. Okay, is what is the future that you are asking for? And what is the future that your business is asking for? And I do want to point one thing out. You said your business happened so quickly. It didn't happen. You chose it. Okay. So you received a lot. Now, let me just break this down for 1 second before we go into some more stuff. I've noticed, I was just listening to Chris Hughes's Right Voice for You facilitator training, and it's so good. And he's my hero anyway, and he's even more of a hero, now. He's just amazing, that man. He's an amazing facilitator. But there was a topic that he brought up on the last day about how people have referred to certain times, or like say when your business was expanding, Lydia, like, oh wow, this was the golden era, or this was whatever. Like I made a fuckload of money during 2020, 21, 22, but I was at home. I had I wanted a sparkling water and I got it from the fridge. It wasn't costing me like $12 at a bar or something, and I wasn't staying in a hotel. I wasn't even wearing pants, like you just had no expenses pretty much, and money was coming in. It was a really cool time, right? But whatever time in your business that you go, wow, that was awesome, or there was so much showing up, what if that was a time that so much showed up, but there is so much more that's possible? I was walking today in Cascais, and we're in Portugal at the moment. I'm walking along the water, and it's really beautiful. And man, did I not realize how much I need water. I love it. And I was walking along, and I've heard a few people talk about, like say that, like the golden era, etc., and that there's not as many people coming to classes, or there's not. But when I tap into the energy of it, there might not be as many people coming to classes, but man, access is big. Consciousness is just out there. Like it's like, what else is occurring and what else is showing up that you haven't allowed yourself to receive? What else could you create? What else could you generate that you haven't allowed yourself to choose? So even okay, if you look at a retail shop, I'm going to generalize here, say in Australia, you look at a retail shop in most places, December is really busy. It's Christmas, it's, all these things. Maybe school holidays are busy. Every time you get to about February in Australia, it's really quiet. People have done all their shopping, school's back. It's like, it's quiet. And people go, oh my God, we're not making as much money. Oh my God, this is, oh my God, like, what is your, oh my God? And you're too involved in the, oh my God, to actually breathe, stop listening to the noise, and ask, what else could I choose to create and generate at this moment? As my point of view is always like, okay, if it's quiet in a shop, what can I create and generate that allows more sales and more possibilities and more clients in the future? So everything it doesn't allow you to have the awareness of that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100 shorts, boys, privates, creations, bases, and beyonds. I had an idea today. I haven't told any of my crew this yet. I just reached out to Sean Hart when I was walking, because he's got an ability in certain area that is great. And everyone I work with has abilities in certain areas, which is awesome. And everything, so many things run really smoothly. And there's a lot of people I can extrapolate with and create with. And there's just this energy that Sean has that I was like, And I was walking, I left him a message. He goes, just give me 10 minutes, I'll go back to you. And I was like, oh, you can take days, I don't care. But I had this idea that the ideas of business like with Joy Business, create a connector mover. That is gold. Do you guys get that? And we can go through that, the create a connector mover thing. It's like every single project, every single business requires the energies of create a connector mover. There is not one project or one business I cannot think of that doesn't require those three energies. And go, we can go further into that if you desire. But I left him a message saying, hey, I really want to do something on this that gets out there to, everybody, the whole entire world. Like, what could I do that addresses this and talks about this? And even, maybe get Justine, my PR agent, to do like a media release on it or something. So we went back and forth with messages, and he's like, hey, are you willing to do a webinar? Are you willing to do this? Or could we do that? Da, da, da. And so he's going to put something together. And I was like, yeah. But for me, that's like, I'm looking at everything. How much do I want to travel? How many classes do I want to do? All of this. But it's not an either or. It's like, what else can I create? What else can I choose? And what action can I take that would create a different future? So again, it's like, what is the future you are asking for? And what is the future your business is asking for?
And also, I loved how Christopher Hughes spoke about enthusiasm and this beautiful Greek legend about Zeus who built these little people from mud, but they require a life force. And his sister Athena, she just
Athena.
inhaled this life force, and this is the meaning. Yeah, and this is the meaning of the word enthusiasm. Can we speak? How can we about that in regards to business?
Yeah, I want you to answer my question though, Lydia, because I tell you why is if you don't have, because the conversations I've had with so many people that have an access business is they've decided what works and what doesn't work, or they've decided that they need more of this but less of this or something. And it's like, it's too conclusionary. Like, you have an awareness and then you put it in concrete and you go, well, this is what actually works. Like your business that was flourishing, right? It doesn't mean your business isn't flourishing today. So how many of you have decided your business is not flourishing today just because it's not showing up like it did, or just because it doesn't have the income? Maybe your business is flourishing so much. Maybe the seeds are just planted and you're watering the seeds. But the second you go to, oh, it's not working like it used to work, then the seeds go, oh, I get no water today. I get no sustenance. I get no sunlight, right? It's like, what seeds are you growing that you could be nurturing today? So I want you to have a look at this, and all of you, and even write down over the next week, because I think it's about a week we talk to each other again. What future are you asking for, and what future is your business asking for? So if you just, what comes up as soon as I ask you that?
I really perceive such an expansion, and my business is asking for an expansion. And also, we live in such a time, especially in Russia. Today we had a drone attacks, and nobody in the world talks about that,
No,
but we
everyone's
actually
bored with
do.
Russia and
I
Ukraine
mean,
now. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's been going on for too
no,
long. And then I've got Middle East, and it's like,
no,
but then that's going to get boring too. It's true.
no, but I mean, yeah, but what I mean, we do have people with PTSD, yeah, and all these tools, from my point of view, are vital now. And this future, I perceive the future of expansion actually, and how to get there.
Okay. No, good. Let's do this. Okay. So again, everybody, and if anybody has anything that they want to write in here, because we're all online, it's great. We can just write it in there. But what future are you asking for, and what future is your business asking for? So you're asking for the expansion of your business. Okay. Your business is asking for that. Now, okay, be with that for a second. Everything you've decided that is, everything you've decided that what it must look like, what it must feel like, what you must do. Will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, perverts, creations, bases, and beyonds. It's like, what elements are you avoiding that you could be choosing that would allow your business to expand? What came up for you?
This is so funny. My cat, she just went home from outside, and usually she's catching the mice there and she's bringing them home, you know? And this is something like that. This is what came up, you know? Like
So, okay, so
to
what is
go
she
hunting.
being? What is she being when she catches the mice and brings them home for you?
She has such a joy,
Joy.
and she's
There you
so
go.
proud of
Joy.
herself. You must see her. When she comes home, you know, she's coming like that. She has a
I know.
straight back mouth in her mouth, and she's so important. Like, here you are.
Yeah,
That's a
look what I
gift.
did. Okay. It's the joy. How many of
Yeah.
you are avoiding the element of joy in your business? I seriously looked at this morning because it's like, I love what I get to do and I love what I get to be around the world. And I do have to question it all the time, mainly with my body as well, because it's only just taken me till today to adjust to Europe time zone. And it's like, is it right or wrong? None of that. But the joy. I've been walking all around near the sea here because it's so amazing. And it's like the joy. So what elements are you avoiding that would allow the expansion to occur? And everything at that is times a Godzilla.
Actually, all of life comes here.
What's that? Right.
Actually, it's I'm avoiding for all of life comes to me with ease,
Yeah.
joy, and glory.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you, Lydia. How many of you are avoiding ease, joy, and glory? How many of you are avoiding joy? How many of you are avoiding ease, avoiding magic, avoiding miracles, avoiding being chaos? Like, what if you decided matter that doesn't matter? Oof, what was that? What if you decided matter that doesn't matter?
Other people's judgment and competition.
Yeah. Okay. So everything at that is times a Godzilla, we destroy and uncreate it.
Yeah.
Right, non, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100 shorts, boys, provids, creations, bases, and beyonds. So I know in Russia, there's like, you know, it's one of those countries that there is a lot of competition. Some countries do it really well. Others are more sly about it, undercurrent, but it exists everywhere. But what if it wasn't real? What if it didn't matter? But here's the thing I'm going to request of you, Lydia, or anyone listening to this. Be brutally honest with yourself when you are doing something, choosing something that has the energy of competition. Stop and ask, if I wasn't competing, what else is available? What else could I be choosing in regards to this? And everything at that is times a Godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100 shorts, boys, provids, creations, bases, and beyonds. Because how much is competition so much a part of mesh reality and is so designed to create separation rather than the communion and the vulnerability that we could be choosing?